Have you ever sat in a church pew on a Sunday morning and felt a profound sense of clarity? The message resonated with your soul, and you felt ready to change your life for the better. But then, Monday morning arrives with all its chaos and noise. Suddenly, that clarity begins to fade into the background of emails and bills. By Wednesday, the inspiration you felt is often nothing more than a distant memory. We often find ourselves asking, why is it so hard to live out what we believe? Why does the gap between the sermon and our daily reality seem so wide? This is a frustration shared by millions of people who value their faith and their integrity. You are not alone in this struggle to bridge the divide. Today, we are going to explore exactly how to take those timeless truths and weave them into the fabric of your everyday life. This is not about being perfect or adding more items to your to-do list. It is about a fundamental shift in how you see the world and your place in it. We need to move beyond just hearing the word to actually walking the path. If you are tired of feeling like your faith is just a weekend hobby, this message is for you. Let us look at the first critical step, which is the transition from feeling to knowing. In our modern world, we are constantly told to follow our hearts and trust our emotions. But emotions are like the weather in the Midwest. They can change in a matter of minutes. If your foundation is built on how you feel, you will always be unstable. Real application begins when we anchor ourselves in objective truth rather than subjective experience. When you leave a service, you carry a truth with you, but that truth must be tested in the fire of reality. Consider the way a builder uses a plumb line to ensure a wall is straight. The plumb line does not care about the builder's opinion or how he feels that day. It provides a fixed point of reference that never changes. Your values must serve as that plumb line in every decision you make. Think about the last time you were faced with a difficult choice at work or in your family. Did you react based on the pressure of the moment, or did you pause to consult your core principles? Most of us react out of habit or fear because we haven't internalized the truth. To internalize truth, we must practice the art of intentional reflection. This means taking 5 minutes at the end of each day to ask yourself a simple question. How did my actions today align with the message I heard on Sunday? This isn't about guilt, but about gathering data for growth. You cannot fix what you do not measure. As we move into the second phase, we must address the influence of the culture around us. We live in an age of constant information, and much of it is designed to pull us away from our foundations. If you spend 40 hours a week consuming secular media and only 1 hour a week in deep reflection, you will lose the battle. The math simply does not work in your favor. You must be as disciplined with your information diet as you are with your physical health. This is especially true for those of us who have seen the world change so drastically over the last few decades. We remember a time when certain values were assumed and respected. Now those values are often mocked or ignored by the mainstream narrative. This creates a sense of isolation for many people in their 50s and 60s. But isolation can be turned into a position of strength if you have a clear strategy. The strategy is to build your own intentional community of like-minded individuals. You need people who will hold you accountable and remind you of who you really are. True independence is not about being alone, but about choosing who you depend on. Let us talk about the family dynamic, because that is where the rubber meets the road. It is easy to be a saint among strangers, but much harder to be one among your own relatives. Applying a sermon often starts with the way you speak to your spouse or your adult children. Are you using your words to build up or to tear down? Often, we use our values as a hammer to hit people instead of a light to guide them. If your faith does not make you a kinder and more patient person, it is not working. We must lead by example rather than by lecture. Your children and grandchildren are watching how you handle stress and disappointment. They don't care about what you say as much as they care about what you do when things go wrong. That is the true legacy you are leaving behind. A legacy is not just the money in your bank account, but the character you have forged in the quiet moments. Now let us consider the concept of stewardship in your later years. Many of us are approaching retirement or are already there. This is a season where the temptation to drift into comfort is very strong, but this is actually the season where your wisdom is needed most by the next generation. Applying the truth means staying engaged and sharing what you have learned. Don't let the world tell you that your best years are behind you. In many ways, your most impactful work is just beginning. You have the perspective that younger people simply do not possess yet. But to share that wisdom, you must remain humble and approachable. No one wants to listen to a grumpy mentor who only complains about the past. They want to listen to someone who has found peace in the midst of a chaotic world. That peace comes from a deep-rooted confidence in things that are eternal. Let us dive deeper into the practical mechanics of daily application. I want you to pick one specific theme from the most recent teaching you heard. Maybe it was about forgiveness, or perhaps it was about courage. Whatever it was, write that one word down on a sticky note and put it where you will see it every morning. Whether it is on your bathroom mirror or your car dashboard, let it be a visual trigger. Every time you see that word, ask yourself, how can I demonstrate this in the next hour? This brings the grand concepts of theology down to the micro level of human interaction. If the theme is patience, try to be the most patient person in the grocery store line. If the theme is generosity, find a small way to give without being asked. Small wins lead to big changes over time. The human brain learns through repetition and small, consistent actions. Eventually, these actions become part of your identity. You stop trying to be patient, and you simply become a patient person. This is what it means to be transformed by the renewal of your mind. But we must also acknowledge that there will be days when you fail miserably. There will be days when you lose your temper or compromise your integrity. The world wants you to believe that one failure makes you a hypocrite. But the truth is that failure is just a part of the learning process. The difference between a hypocrite and a student of the truth is what they do after they fall. A student gets back up, confesses their mistake, and continues the journey. They don't let their past define their future. We must practice self-compassion while maintaining high standards. Now, let us shift our focus to the professional world and our roles as citizens. How do you apply your values in an environment that might be hostile to them? The key is to be so excellent at what you do that they cannot ignore your character. Integrity is your greatest asset in a world of shortcuts and deception. When people see that you are honest, even when it costs you something, they will take notice. That is a more powerful sermon than any words you could ever speak. We are called to be salt and light, which means we must be present in the world. We don't retreat into a bubble, but we engage with grace and intelligence. This requires us to stay informed, but not overwhelmed. It is easy to get caught up in the 24-hour news cycle and the anger of politics. But remember that your primary citizenship is not of this world. Keep your eyes on the horizon and don't let temporary storms steal your joy. Joy is a choice that comes from knowing the end of the story. As we move toward the final portion of our discussion, let us talk about the power of prayer. Prayer is not just a religious ritual, but a strategic communication line. It is how we align our will with a higher purpose. If you find it hard to apply the sermon, try praying specifically for the strength to do so. Ask for opportunities to serve and for the eyes to see the needs of others. You will be surprised at how many opportunities appear once you start looking for them. The world is full of lonely and hurting people who are desperate for a kind word. You might be the only person they interact with today who shows them genuine respect. Don't underestimate the impact of a simple smile or a sincere question. These are the building blocks of a life well lived. We are reaching a point in history where the distinction between truth and lies is becoming blurred. Technology and artificial intelligence are changing the way we perceive reality. In this environment, your commitment to the absolute truth is more important than ever. You must be a person of discernment who can see through the noise. This discernment is developed through a deep immersion in timeless wisdom. Read the old books and listen to the teachers who have stood the test of time. Don't be distracted by every new trend or flashy promise. Stay grounded in the things that have worked for centuries. There is a profound beauty in the ancient paths. As you look ahead to the rest of your week, I want you to feel empowered. You have the tools you need to live a life of meaning and purpose. It starts with a single decision to be intentional about your growth. Don't wait for the perfect conditions, because they will never arrive. Start today right where you are with exactly what you have. You are a work in progress, And that is a beautiful thing. Every day is a new chance to bridge that gap between Sunday and Monday. Every challenge is an opportunity to prove that your faith is real. When you look back on your life, you won't regret the times you were too kind or too honest. You will only regret the times you stayed silent when you should have spoken up, or the times you followed the crowd instead of your conscience. Stand firm in your convictions and let your life be a testament to the truth. This is the highest calling any of us can have. It is the path to true fulfillment and lasting peace. I want to thank you for taking the time to reflect with me today. Your commitment to personal growth and integrity is what will change the world. One person at a time and one decision at a time. Keep moving forward and don't lose heart. The journey is long, but the destination is worth every step. Remember that you are supported by a community that believes in these same values. Reach out to someone this week and share what you are learning. We are stronger together than we could ever be alone. Let us make this week the one where the sermon finally comes alive in everything we do. I look forward to seeing the impact you will have on those around you. Be bold and be courageous in your pursuit of the truth. The world is waiting for your light to shine. Take these words and put them into action, starting right now. God bless you on your journey. I will see you in the next one as we continue to explore the depths of a life well lived. Until then, stay focused and stay true to who you were meant to be. This is the end of our session, but the beginning of your application. Go out and make a difference in the lives of everyone you meet. You have a unique gift that only you can offer the world. Don't hide it and don't let anyone diminish its value. Your story is still being written, and the best chapters are yet to come. Believe in yourself and believe in the power of the truth to transform everything. This is your time to shine brightly in a dark world. Make it count and live with no regrets. The rubber meets the road today, and you are ready for the drive. Safe travels on the path of wisdom and grace. Goodbye for now. Actually, I want to add one more thought about the importance of quietness. In our loud world, we often forget that the most important realizations happen in silence. Make space for silence in your daily routine. It is in the quiet that we hear the still small voice of guidance. Turn off the television and put away the phone for at least 15 minutes a day. Let your mind settle and your soul catch up with your body. This is where the sermon truly begins to sink into the deep places of your heart. It is where the noise of the world is replaced by the harmony of the truth. Without silence, we are just echoing the chaos around us. With silence, we become a source of calm for everyone we encounter. This is a superpower in the modern age. People will wonder why you are so peaceful when everything is falling apart. And you will know the secret. You have anchored yourself in the quiet strength of the eternal. Now go and share that strength with a world that so desperately needs it. Once again, thank you for your attention and your heart. It has been a privilege to share this time with you. May your week be filled with clarity and purpose, and may you find joy in the smallest moments of application. The bridge is built, and it is time to cross over. Take the first step with confidence. You are ready. You are prepared. You are wise. Go in peace.